everyone, what's up? I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I hope your holiday was filled with joy, happiness, peace, and laughter. I had a great Christmas. Now I'm back to make another video. Today, I have to talk about Nathaniel Hackett. He was the big story in the NFL yesterday. He was a bulletin point. Everyone was talking about the firing of Nathaniel Hackett. It couldn't have come any sooner. Nathaniel Hackett could not survive a full season. He couldn't last a full season without getting fired. I knew at some point he would be shown the door because it was just an increasingly disastrous 2022 season for the Denver Broncos. They didn't look like a playoff team from the very beginning. You know, they were heavily criticized for their terrible play, and Nathaniel Hackett was a big reason why the team underperformed. He was an inexperienced coach. He had no business probably getting the job in the first place. I mean, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. He shouldn't have been hired in the first place. He shouldn't have been the Denver Broncos head coach. No way. This was a bad hire. The second the Broncos made it, they were trying to go the opposite of Vic Fangio, a defensive coordinator. They brought in an offensive-minded head coach, but it showed more and more. And what this did, it exposed Hackett. You know, now Hackett is jobless. He's out of a job, as he should be. But he is, and let's not kid ourselves, he is the first of many casualties of the worst trade in NFL history. Because Russell Wilson has been no better. Russell Wilson has not, led the offense the same way he did when he was a Seattle Seahawk. And a lot of the blame falls on the shoulders of Hackett for not putting him in the best position to succeed. But this Broncos team, before coming into the Christmas Day game, this defense had given up less than 20 points 10 times this season. So what that tells me is that anemic offense of theirs let down the defense, because the defense has played brilliantly this season. It's the offense that couldn't figure it out, that couldn't, play situational football. They were very unorganized. Just awful. It was horrible, a horrible year for the Denver Broncos. This is a team that put up an NFL worst 15 points per game. Terrible. But I do believe their defense is a top 5 unit in the NFL when fully healthy. There's no question about it. The defense did give up 40 plus points, but that's because it was a clear sign yesterday that this team gave up on Nathaniel Hackett. This team completely quit on Nathaniel Hackett. They completely gave up. That much was evident. It was very clear to us that this team quit on Nathaniel Hackett. Their quarterbacks threw 4 interceptions on Christmas Day, and they were sacked 6 times. The offensive line looked awful. Just bad. And all season long, Nathaniel Hackett had been on the hot seat, from countless game clock management blunders to horrific play calling, to his stubbornness in giving up play calling duties, to questionable personnel decisions, you name it. It became abundantly clear that Hackett simply wasn't cut out to be a head coach in the National Football League. And it's also more telling now that Aaron Rodgers made him look good in Green Bay. He got by through Aaron Rodgers' greatness. And he didn't didn't even have the play calling duties in Green Bay. That was Matt LaFleur calling the plays. There was a lack of situational awareness. There was questionable clock management, play calling. Some days, left you speechless. You're scratching your head like, why would you make that play? And it all started on opening night when they played in Seattle. You showed right then and there that you didn't have any trust in your quarterback. And you decided to let the field goal unit come onto the field and attempt a field goal that fell well short. Because you didn't trust in your quarterback. I would like to see how the Denver Broncos, fare without Nathaniel Hackett on the sideline. I would like to see how Russell Wilson performs next season, because at the end of the day, the Broncos are stuck with Russell Wilson. They're stuck with him. So I would like to see how he performs. Let's see how he performs under a new coaching staff. Sean Payton is available. That would be a good hire for the Denver Broncos. Let's see how well. Let's say the Denver Broncos call Sean Payton, and in the coming days they decide to hire him as the head coach. Let's say it happens. How do you think Russell Wilson will perform next season with Sean Payton on the sideline? That would be interesting to see, right? Let's give it one more year. And if he has another down year like he's had this year, then yes, I think it would be fair to say that Russell Wilson is done. That it's a wrap, that he's in steady decline. Because this season, he showed signs of no life. He deteriorated. He performed terribly on many days and many nights, and wasn't the same Russell Wilson that everyone had come to know in Seattle. And everyone was talking about that the Denver Broncos were a quarterback away from being a real Super Bowl contender. Turns out, most of us were wrong about the Denver Broncos. And I think it's time to say bye to George Payton, too. I think if you were going to fire the coach, you got to fire the general manager, too. You got to part ways with him as well. Because he's made some terrible decisions as well. And he has done enough damage to this Denver Broncos franchise. So I think it's time for the Denver Broncos, if we're being honest, it's time to go in a new direction. But Nathaniel Hackett is just the start. And Nathaniel Hackett had to go. Had to go. But the Denver Broncos may have more problems if they don't decide to change the culture completely. Maybe it's time for a new general manager as well, along with a new head coach. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate your time. Thank you guys so much. It's always great. I really appreciate it. For more videos, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back very soon with another video. I really, really appreciate it, everyone. Take care. You guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Have a good one.